From that day that I took to heart what God said to Abraham, and I believe that the blessings of Abraham have in them everything we need to exercise dominion on the earth. Everything. Governmental authority, financial prosperity, resource acquisition, resource distribution, the wisdom to establish systems, generational blessing. It's all there. It's all there. Everything we need as sons to have authority on the earth and exercise dominion on the earth is locked up in there. It's actually not locked up anymore. It's available to us. Because you said it earlier that we are children of Abraham. Let me give you the verse for that. Galatians 3:29 says, if you are Christ's, you are Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. It's in the word right there. If you're Abraham, you're Christ, you're Abraham's seed. So I believed it. And I said, that's that blessing, that thing that he told him is for me. Have you ever seen a cedar of Lebanon? Anyone? I've seen them. They're massive trees that take hundreds of years to become really big. Solomon reigned for 40. How could he make in 40 years by planting and having little tree days with the children coming and planting a tree and watering it with the little thing? How could he have an abundance of cedars of Lebanon in Israel? It's because he made them. He made gold and silver. He made cedars of Lebanon. I believe he engaged in heaven with a reality of where everything comes from, and he exhaled whatever he got there on earth, and it was made. Like Jesus said, go, and in the mouth of the fish there is a gold coin. There was a creative capacity to what he said. And that is what wisdom enables us to do. It says, what wisdom? They were astonished, saying, what wisdom is this that is given to him, that such mighty works are performed? You will walk in whatever realm you help facilitate by what you speak. We just heard this in the session before, right? What world do you want to live in? Do you realize that Joseph and David and Daniel and Ruth and Esther and Mordecai and all these individuals that we look at in the Bible and we revere and we respect and we should and we honor, do you realize that none of them complained about the system ever? They just rose up and changed it. Esther comes out and says, I want to honor you and Haman. And when they came to that banquet, the king again said, what do you want? Up to half my kingdom. Come on, my life is on the line. If it pleases the king, I would like to honor you again with a second banquet. And you know what that strategy of honor did? It pulled Haman out of his comfort zone. He never saw her coming. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing. It is the glory of kings to search it out. And we have to search this out together. Do you understand how important it is that we co-labor, that we don't have somebody holding a microphone and the rest of the people participating as spectators, but we must step together into the mysteries. And then Daniel, in one occasion, he said this to God. He said, you give wisdom to the wise. Or he spoke of God, actually. And he said, he gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the one who already has understanding. Here's what I'm saying. More is not given to someone who does nothing with some. More is given to those who steward well some. And we can't ask for more if we don't steward what we've been given already. Hey, do you think that the early church was persecuted because of signs and wonders and miracles? Only? Because they weren't. Let me tell you why they were persecuted. Because the money that was in the real estate industry and the money that was in the banking industry was no longer in those places. It was at the apostles' feet. So corruption couldn't touch it. And the whole financial landscape and geopolitical, I believe, landscape of Jerusalem changed because of the way the church was advancing. That's why they were persecuted. Listen, governments and people in authority are not intimidated by spiritual churches. They're intimidated by spiritual churches, which is the people. I'm not just saying a church, an institution, but the body that is walking in authority and in abundance and has power through the resources to change things in society. That's what they were persecuted for the most. The religious authorities persecuted them because of the name of Jesus and because of the signs and the wonders and the way they were swaying the crowd their way. That's why they persecuted them. But the authorities in the land, Nero and those guys, it was because they had the money at the apostles' feet.